Am I the jerk for taking my wife's side after she screamed and cursed at my mother? I, 33 male, am married to my wonderful wife Melody, 29 female, and she is currently pregnant with our first child together. I have a 6-year-old daughter Tina whose mother I split 50-50 custody with, so I know for the most part what Melody needs in order to feel supported while she carries our child. I have been spending lots of time making sure she's comfortable and taking on more of the load at home so she's not doing too much. This is her first child after all, and it's obviously a lot for her physically and emotionally. My mother and Melody don't get along too well. Mom didn't like my ex either. We broke up because we were headed on different paths, not because of my mother, and there's no bad blood. So I think she just doesn't like her because she's dating me for whatever reason. It's weird. She's very nitpicky about Melody, how much she does around the house, how emotional she is. Melody already cries very easily, and being pregnant has made her even more sensitive, which is fine. The fact that she wants to be a stay-at-home mom, it just seems like nothing Melody does is okay. I do, however, stand up for her and do not just allow my mom to talk down to her. Today, before picking up my daughter from summer camp, Melody went to 3 different grocery stores to find rotisserie chicken. She's been talking about it since last night and really wanted one. She sent me picture messages documenting her quest for the chicken and finally found it. My girl was happy. Rotisserie chicken is also kind of a comfort food for her, like spaghetti, because her mom used to make one of those when she was having a lazy day and didn't feel like cooking. She was planning on serving that with some other basic sides for dinner, perfectly fine by me. My mother came by to see Tina and started telling Melody the chicken is bad for her and she should not be eating that pregnant. Melody said it's fine, she usually eats healthy and just wants this one thing she's craving. My mom went on about how unhealthy it was and said she needs to eat something else. Melody said no and went to the backyard to FaceTime her family, out of state. When she came back, my mom had thrown out the food and ordered takeout, a salad for Melody and pizza for everyone else. Melody asked where the chicken was and my mother told her she needs to start being a responsible mother and eat correctly for the baby. Melody screamed, "What the heck is wrong with you? Why are you always such a jerk to me?" She then started crying and called me home. I came back and asked my mother to leave after hearing her story and said she is not to come back until she apologizes for how she treated Melody. My mom went on about how I'm choosing another woman over her, but I just think enough is enough and Melody reached her limit. She apologized to me for blowing up when Tina was in the house, but I told her it's okay, things happen, Tina is okay, and I went to find her another chicken before the store closed. My dad thinks I'm right for taking Melody's side, but my brother thinks I should always defend mom, so am I the jerk? Edit. Okay, not to be that guy, but I did not expect this to get so much attention. I woke up to so many notifications and I'm going to try to go through as many as I can, but wow, thank you guys for all the support and awards. Melody loves all the kind messages from all of you, especially the mamas and soon-to-be mamas who get it, as she put it. 1. My mom claimed it was the seasonings and fat/grease that made the chicken bad for her. It's all BS, but that's what she claimed. 2. I do plan on having a sit down with both my parents and my brother with my mom. I'll talk to my dad first, then have a family meeting. A lot of you asked why I would still want my mom around, and honestly maybe I'm just weak, but that's my mother. However, if she cannot learn to change and respect my family, then we will just have to go no contact. It's hard, but it is what it is. Melody doesn't even want to completely cut her out, she just wants change as well. But I will protect Melody at all costs, and if that means cutting off my mom, then so be it. 3. My ex and I did not break up because of my mother. We had different ideas of where our lives were going. Tina was not planned and we were already heading towards going our separate ways before she got pregnant. We tried to make it work for Tina, but that's not what relationships are about, so we split and it's working great. My ex and Melody get along great, Tina is happy, and we work through things as one big blended family. My ex and Melody have talked about my mother with each other before, and that was when I realized I needed to see a therapist to work through my childhood with a mom like mine. It's a process. I'm working through it the best I can. 4. Melody's pregnancy is going smoothly for the most part. Just exhausting and emotional, as she put it. Also, we're having a girl. We had our gender reveal last week, for those who were wondering, and thank you for all the well wishes. Not the jerk. Glad you went on a hunt for chicken to replace the one your mother trashed. Great husbanding on your end, OP. What is wrong with your mom though? I couldn't let her 3-store quest be for nothing, she was dying for that chicken. I have no clue what's up with my mom. I want her to be able to be in my children's lives, but we need some serious boundary work. I don't know what to do, dude. It sucks, but consequences. The faster you enact consequences and make her understand you're serious, the sooner she will probably realize you're serious and start respecting you as an adult. I see so many posts from people who quibble around actually enacting boundaries and consequences, and they ruin their marriages because a person can only take so much. The sooner you show you're a grown man and always support your wife, the sooner your mother will understand her role. Hopefully, anyways. Am I the jerk for taking in my niece despite my husband's complaints even though we are child-free? 25 female and 27 male. Niece is 3 years old. My sister asked me if we would take her daughter since she had to go out of town for a surgical procedure, and wouldn't be able to care for her daughter while she recovers. I ran this by my husband, who immediately said no and shook his head. I said it was my niece, and that just because we weren't really fans of having kids ourselves doesn't mean we can't do a favor for family. It ended in an argument, but I ended up taking her anyways. He refuses to do anything with her. This isn't the first time they've met, he's just never really interacted with her, which I don't expect him to, but when I brought up that he could have a better attitude about this, he just said that I shouldn't have brought a kid into our home. He also went on a rant that because of this I'm probably going to change my mind about having kids, and he won't put up with that. Said like that he will divorce me if I even suggest it. My niece hasn't even been much of a problem. In fact, she's usually quiet unless she's hungry or tired. Yes, she gets into stuff and makes messes, but I assume that's pretty standard toddler behavior. I don't understand why he's so angry, since it's not like he's having to do anything. Edit, I should add that she'll only be here for about a week and a half, maybe longer if my sister has complications, but we don't know yet. Also, I told him he should have a better attitude towards her cause I read that kids can tell when you don't like them. And being away from her mom is already hard enough for her. Am I the jerk? People are saying you're the jerk because he said no and that should be a mutual decision, and I would normally agree, but I'd be pretty upset for my partner telling me that I can't help out my sister in a tough situation like that. It's not like it's permanent. For no real reason apart from him not liking kids. This isn't a social visit, it's a family emergency, maybe not urgent, but still vulnerable. And then the comments about divorcing at the mention of wanting kids? That's a big leap, shows where his head at. Spoiler, not focused on sister's surgery and well-being of niece, and just a pretty terrible thing to say in general. This is at least an everyone sucks here, but personally I'd say you're not the jerk. Exactly, all of this. I am child-free myself, but when my best friend donated a kidney to his wife, I was ready to be with their kid for 2 months if need be while they recover. Thankfully, I didn't need to watch the kid for 2 months because his father-in-law flew out to the US to be with them, but I was ready to do so if needed, no matter how I feel about having children. That's what you do for family, chosen or not. It's his family too, and he should have never said no. He should care enough to sacrifice his freedom for a couple weeks. The sister wouldn't have asked if she had better options, I assume. Not the jerk.